Yeah, it did, because it was two different groups. Okay, cool. It's working. Never mind. All right. Hey, guys. How are you? So today is January 13th, and this is our call for our Diamond and above, like our leadership group. So this is really kind of all new for us. Shannon and Deidre and I decided to put this together and just give you basically the best of the best information that we have compiled, because we've been brand new diamonds before. We know what it's like to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm built on discount coaches. We know what it's like to have that analysis paralysis. That was like, I loved that post yesterday as I was writing it up. And I actually got it from a Brendan Burchard podcast. I love him. And he has helped his podcast, his seminars that I found on YouTube, like just his content, his books. I've read, I think, every one that he's written. I love his style and his format and just his delivery of his messages, because it's truth. And sometimes it's that cold, hard truth that we really need to hear, that number one helps us understand that we're not alone, that, yeah, other people really do have the self-doubt and are not as confident, even when from the outside it appears that, you know, maybe you guys think that I've got it all put together, or Deidre or Shannon, we're just never hot messes and we're confident all the time and we just have these thriving businesses and we never have any failures. Do any of you think that about us? Like, has that thought ever crossed your mind where you're like, you guys are just great because you know what you're doing? Please understand that that is not the case, okay? We have stresses. We have to work hard. We are not always confident. We are not always perky. I actually woke up in a funk this morning. I was funky, and I was in a bad mood when I woke up, and I had to knock myself out of it, because I'm like, no, I don't want to be like this. I don't want it to affect my day. I was looking forward to my calls that I had to do. So I did. I just kind of said, forget it. You know, a few things just weren't going my way. But I pulled up that I did our servant leader post yesterday, and I thought that just went really well with the analysis paralysis, because our businesses always rise and fall with us first. So it's going to rise and fall with our own attitudes. It's going to rise and fall with if we are doing our own personal development, if we are doing our own workouts. You know, it's always going to be if we're working on ourselves first. So if you're just getting up and going through the motions, and, you know, if you're in a bad mood, it's going to affect your business. If you are, you know, having the self-doubt and not being confident, I swear people, they just know, even through the computer. They know through the messaging, because I can go back and I swear I can pinpoint when I've been in these kind of depressed little moods where I'm doubting myself as a leader, and I'm doubting my ability to do the things that are hard, that I'm going into the unknown. Okay, just even so much like that. Because when you're going and you're doing something new, which is what this group is geared towards, if you haven't figured that out yet, you're going to see that we are literally going to take you and I'm scared and say, oh my gosh, I can never do that. Oh, am I cutting out? Bad? Shoot. I'm wondering if it's because my thing is uploading.
I think you're good now.
Okay. Let me know if it doesn't, because we have like 51% that's already downloaded on this. So anyways, sorry guys. Let me know if I cut out, and I can try to close up some browsers. But basically, I lost my train of thought. Basically, just what we're talking about is we choose, and we're taking you out of your comfort zone for a reason. Because the longer you keep doing these little things, it is going to move you forward. But I know that a lot of you have, or you should have, some really big goals this year. This is a fresh slate. All right, and I'm going to use Deidre and Alyssa right now as examples, Alyssa Shoemaker and Deidre, from, you know, even Elite. So maybe Premier or Elite is on your radar. It should be. You're all here in your Diamond Coaches, right? Alyssa came into the business in 2013, end of January, as a brand new coach. She went to a Super Saturday just because she wanted to do a live workout at the Super Saturday event. And she happened to see the Success Club trip promo, and she said that her family had never been on a family vacation, and she learned there that she could take her family on a free vacation. So that was her only main goal, was just to help enough people to be able to then, in turn, take her family on a vacation. Deidre, same time. It was right around the same time frame. Brand new coach in the business, right? And she did the same thing. She didn't come in here thinking, oh, I'm going to be an elite coach this year. She's like, I'm going to just do whatever I can to be a really great leader, to inspire people, to help people, and hit Success Club every month and just kind of do what leaders do naturally. So it really wasn't until really the second half of the year that either one of them even thought possible that elite could be in reach. Okay? So you want to talk, Deidre?
I was actually just going to say, I actually didn't know what elite was until after the second half of the year. It was September or August when we started talking about it and started pushing. And I was just a diamond coach in September pushing for 5-star elite. So yeah, it's like, talk about getting out of your comfort zone and just going all in. You guys have a lot more time. So this is like a clean slate for you guys this year.
Yeah. I mean, and that's so, it's still, I mean, your story, it always gives me like little goosebumps on my arms, because it just goes to show none of us are ready to do anything that new that we're doing. I still get nervous doing business opportunity calls. I still get nervous doing anything where I'm like speaking on something kind of new. So there's never like a plan of attack. It's never like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready to do this. It's never going to feel like you are ready. And I've been like using on all of my calls this week. I don't know why. I'm just like relating it to pregnancy and babies and stuff. But no, I'm not like that, Deidre. I see your eyes. No, but it's like you're never, people are like, oh, I'm going to wait to have a baby. We'll be ready someday. You are never ready to have a kid, okay? You're never ready for anything majorly life-changing. And the things that are worth having in life, you're never ready to do them.
Okay, so, I need to play this recording for Joe.
Okay. Hey, Joe, listen to the recording.
I just want to add in, a couple of the girls are saying that they can't get in. It's saying for waiting for host. I don't know if there's anything that you can do to change that.
Tell them to go in and make sure they're clicking on the right link in case if they copy, because I had put the wrong link up at first, and then I went back in like 5 minutes later and put this link up. So maybe they...
Okay. Can we tag them in that one?
Yeah.
Let me try to...
Maybe try that. I don't know. It's not set up. I mean, we're on, so I don't know.
I'm going to go in and... Who do I need to tag?
Okay, so it's Vanessa McClellan, Breer Bon Willis.
Wait, hold on. I think, okay, it was this one.
Those are the only two.
I'm on, but no one is there.
Yeah, they're probably in the wrong room. They're in the wrong ones.
What did I use, though?
Oh, I don't know. All right, so anyways, just go ahead and tag them in there. So anyways, going into this, on Monday, we had you guys get your calendars out. So what we're trying to get you to understand is if you don't do this already, this is the biggest way to simplify your business is by understanding that we as leaders, the elite coaches that you see, Melanie Mitchell, Deidre, Shannon, myself, anyone else, the same thing that we do, the same thing that we have in common is exactly what we just taught you guys yesterday. We all know that we're having a Coach Basics starting the first Monday of every single month. I can pull on my calendar for the next year, for this year, and my groups are going to start the same weeks of every single month. So my challenge groups are always going to be the third Monday of every month. That's when they're going to start. My new Coach Basics are going to be every single Monday, the first Monday of every single month. just like we had you guys do. So pull that out. And then we're going to break it down, and we're going to get you into the mindset of goal setting for every 90 days. Why do we do this? Because Beachbody has it set up perfectly for us that, in the perfect world, this will happen where we rank advance every 60 to 90 days. We want you to start getting in the habit of being forward and talking to your coaches and telling them this straight up. Your new coaches coming in, building a business, saying, I want to work, I have goals that will only be achieved if I, work this business or at least hit Success Club every month. Their goals is coming into the business in their first month, hitting Success Club, in their first 30 days, achieving Emerald. And then their goal is within 60 to 90 days, hitting Diamond. Like, that is the progression that should be the aiming, the benchmark that we're teaching all of our coaches who are coming in here to work their business. Okay, is it easy to be direct? No, it is not easy. It's still, it's gotten easier because I sit on the other end of the phone, or I sit on the Zoom calls with my new coaches saying these things, and I have probably practiced in the mirror 20 times with my shoulders up, and I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We have to do the first 30 days. You're going to hit Success Club, and you're going to hit Emerald. Like, that's not me, because the Val on the inside is like, you didn't hit Success Club, but you helped one person. Like, that is still amazing, but you kind of, in order to grow a business, you kind of have to hit Success Club. Like, that's the old Val how I talked to coaches, and I was like, why am I not successful? Why is my business not growing? That was why. They look to you. They're signing up with you for a reason. You're their leader. You need to start to grow and understand that you have to it's the confidence. Okay, it's not necessarily the wording, it's the confidence that you have. And they need you to believe in them, because they more than likely don't believe in themselves yet that they're going to have the ability to hit Success Club every month. So that's a big deal. The thought of your new coaches, and even us sometimes, there's still times when the first of the month rolls around and I see that 0 in my back office. I'm like, am I going to hit Success Club again this month? And I've been doing this for almost 3 years. Yes. There will never be a month that I never hit Success Club 10. I just would never let that happen. But, again, it's helping your newer coaches who are coming into this and saying, we're going to take it one step at a time. We're going to focus the first month, and then our focus is going to be over those next 60 to 90 days. We're going to do this progression. Okay? So, upcoming is a new challenge group. You guys should have it either filled up already, or, be working towards that challenge group and having your coaches. Some of you have a full team. Some of you are still working on that. We have definitely a diverse team right now of some are brand new diamonds, some up to, team elite this year. All right. So we're here to help each other. And we did this for a reason, because we're all going to learn from each other. All right. I have loved seeing these posts that you guys did yesterday. Love it. I'm learning stuff from you. I love some of the wording and the pictures and stuff like that. So take advantage of what we're doing. Next, Deidre posted about how to create the event. I am telling you guys all, Deidre and Shannon and I, we want you to do this event for a reason. No 3-day sneak peek. No 5-day sneak peek. I know that was a question from some of you. Well, I already have this plan. Eliminate it, okay, for the next 90 days. We want you to do this because we know it to be successful. This is why. The events are going to be set up to where you're going to spend an hour to an hour and a half doing these posts. We're going to give you all of the information over this next week. So just be watching for it, exactly what you're going to post. You can do this event yourself, or you can pair up with 1, 2, 3, or 4 coaches in this group, or maybe your own team. If you have a team of coaches that you're like, they really need to have some confidence in themselves, let's pair up together, okay? I don't care who you're doing it with as long as you're doing it. Now, we're going to do the event because, first of all, it is fun. It is amazing. This is going to be my 3rd one, and I literally cannot wait. I want to do one every week because they're so much fun. I get people pumped up through these events. So every day I created my event yesterday, and I'm going to be, every time I post in there to try to get people pumped up and excited about it, I'm going to be posting what I'm posting in my event, and you guys can do the same thing. So we are going to literally hand feed you through this process, but it's going to be up to you then to continue this every single month. Now, your Facebook page, okay, your public profile, your personal Facebook page, this is your sneak peek. Okay, so for the next few weeks of this group, and we're going to mold you into understanding that your life, what you're posting, the reason why my post yesterday said every single day for the rest of this month, you guys have to post something about the business side of what you do as coaches. Okay, that can be, Allie's in my screen right now with little baby Harrison. Okay, she could literally, her business opportunity post can be a selfie with her and her baby saying, oh my gosh, like my dream life, I actually get to be the stay-at-home mom I've always wanted to be because I'm building my dreams for my kitchen table. I've done that post so many times. We all have, you know. Anything little like that, those are the jabs. Okay, did that today. Did you, Allie? That's funny. So it is. That's talking about the business in little ways. Because no, we don't want you to hold up a big sign that says, join my team. I have 5 spots left. Okay, that's okay maybe once or twice a month. That's perfectly fine. We all do those types of posts, and I encourage that. It's getting the word out. People know you're looking for something. But people are not going to want to see that every day. What they want to see is your life and what you are doing and what Beachbody, you know, maybe you are still working full time, okay? I know it's Sarah Griffiths, right? She's in this group, so she still works full time. My internet is unstable. Can you guys still hear me? Am I frozen? I'm going to wait till I see somebody give me a thumbs up. Am I here? Okay, cool. So anyways, you know, maybe you work full time, but you're still building your Beachbody business as well, you know, put that in there. Say, I love the fact that I'm a teacher during the day. I get to teach kids, and then I get to come home and still fulfill my passion with teaching my new coaches X, Y, and Z, or talking about the business some way. You know, then you can throw in what Beachbody has done for you. You know, I know talking about money is uncomfortable. We don't like to do it. And I'm not going to tell you to go out there and say, I made X amount of money with Beachbody this week. Like, that's tacky. But what you can do is talk more about, I started when I could help put a few groceries on the table for my family. That was a huge, huge deal. And I swear I say this is probably the 900th time I have said those same words on a call, and I still get tears in my eyes because I remember exactly how I felt that first time that I did not have to put groceries on a credit card with my Beachbody money. Like, that's a huge deal. And people relate to that so much because what could an extra $100 or $200 do for most families? Most families, that could be huge. That could be a cheerleading class for your daughter every month. You know, that's what my kids, I've used those as posts. Those are my little tidbits and my little peeks of what it is that this business is doing for me. Okay, so that's what we're trying to help you guys understand, that it is uncomfortable at first to talk about the business because you're like, what do I say? What do I post? I don't really know. And then the comparison starts to go in. And then you start comparing yourself to people who, the only difference between myself and, you know, and Deidre and Shannon and you guys is that we've just done this longer, okay? So I would compare myself sometimes as a newer coach to these coaches who have been in the business 2, 3, and 4 years, and I'd see them posting my $5,000 week, and I'm like, my balloon just got deflated. I made $200 this week, and I thought that was awesome, but, you know, I would start to let the negatives start to kind of creep in because I'm like, well, I'm not good enough. I don't make that much money. And finally, I was like, heck no, like, I don't care. That's them. That's not me. I'm going to talk about this. That's their business further ahead than me. None of my business. What I'm going to talk about is that I just got to pay my car note for the month and it didn't come out of my husband's paycheck. Or we're putting that paycheck from Beachbody aside and I'm going to collect up to I make X amount of money because we're going to go on family vacation that we've never been able to take before. People thrive on that. That is so relatable. And not that it's not freaking amazing when you earn $5,000 a week, as you progress and as you grow, your teams grow, because your income truly is a direct reflection of how many people you're helping and how many lives you're changing. And that's where that servant leadership comes into play. You have to make sure that you are doing everything that you can to better yourself before you can really take any ownership of anything in your own business, because it always comes down to other people and making sure that they're being successful and they're growing. And that's when you can achieve your own goals. So, the encouragement that we want to give you, like right here, right now, is post it every day and tweak the time. So maybe you do a post kind of in the morning and then you do one around lunchtime. And then you do one around the evening time, okay? But every day, we want you to have a post about the coaching, the business opportunity. And then, hey, Deidre and Shannon, if there's anything you want to pop in and say, you can unmute.
You're doing really good.
Oh, cool. Guys, this is totally unplanned, too. I'm just saying, I've just been thinking about what I want to talk about because I am so passionate. So this is my thought, too, behind this group. We talk about we have to recruit, which we're going to get into that too. We want you guys to a minimum of 4 coaches a month. That's going to be your goal, okay? You have to stop thinking 1 to 2 coaches a month is going to make you successful. It's just not. I'm going to burst the bubble right now as a newer coach before you, as an emerald going into a diamond coach. Yeah, we do because it's newer. The 1 to 2 aspect is trying to kind of get you into the habit of starting to understand and get you comfortable. We'll use the word comfortable with 1 to 2 coaches, okay? Because when you're new, that seems unattainable. But once you reach the level that you're at right now, you have to switch your mindset. And let me tell you a story about myself, because it was 2014, because that was my first year. I didn't really know what elite was. But I knew that the cool people were elite coaches and they got these super awesome flowers, and that was why I wanted to be elite, okay? So I was like, well, my goal was always 2 to 3 coaches. I was going to recruit 2 to 3 coaches because that's what I heard people say. If you recruit 2 to 3, you'll do great, which you will. If those coaches start to take off, but it's not going to grow super fast, because the ratio will always be, and it still stands true, you really understand that 1 out of every 10 people will actually become leaders on your team, okay? So taking this and saying, all right, let's shift gears. So that was the year beginning of 2014 when I was saying I was going to recruit. Like I said, it was probably 2 to 3 coaches was my goal, and I was probably recruiting more like 2. I was always on the lower spectrum. I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to go so far out of my comfort zone, and I set my goal for 15 coaches that month. And I remember laughing at myself, and I was like, okay, but I'm going to try it. That month, I recruited 12 coaches. 12. I was like, oh my gosh. Now, does that happen every month? No. Is it going to happen all the time? No. But I remember I went balls to the wall, and I seriously just did it. And I don't decipher coaches between working and discount, okay? Because you never know. Most of my very successful coaches came on just because they wanted a discount on Shakeology, and at that time, they didn't want to hear anything about what the business was about. All right, so when I say 12 coaches, it wasn't like 12 people like, hey, I'm ready to build a 6-figure income. No, it was just 12 people who signed up as coaches that month. Get out of your own head. Fill it with the positives. And that month, I did more personal development than I had ever done before. I remember that was the first month that I listened to the Eric Worre Recruit 20 People in 30 Days. That works if you're willing to do the work that goes with it. Okay, so you have to have a team in order to grow. And you also want a team. You want to have the upper hand eventually. It just takes a lot of work to get to this point where you're not feeling like you're just throwing spaghetti against the wall as new coaches come on and you're just going to see who sticks. We don't want that. You know, you want to be able to work with the people who make you better. And that's what we're trying to get you into the mode of recruiting matters, because you're going to find your tribe. You're going to get to those people who you work amazing with and who see the vision of this business and understand that this is what it's all about, that life truly is better when you take ownership for yourself of your life and go above and beyond the norm, okay? We're not sitting in front of the TV for 4 hours, which is the average American watches 4 hours of TV a day. I read that statistic, and I was like, yeah, I kind of believe it. I really do. And it's kind of sad when I hear people tell me that they don't have time to build a business, but they're posting on Facebook about watching their crime shows and Wheel of Fortune and like basically TV from 7 to 11 at night. And I'm like, guys, you know, it's just how they've been. It's the life that people have created. So just sharing. So we want you to just share on Facebook. We want you to invite. If you're still someone who is like, inviting is scary, get over it. We're diamonds and we're above. It is still scary for me. I still sat here today and I'm like, I hate inviting. I hate it. But I did it. I sent out 6 invites before I hopped on my first call this morning. And after like the second one, I mean, do you guys feel like, okay, this is, why do I always get so worked up about having to do my invites? After number 2, I'm like, yep, just crossing it off the list. That's all that I'm going to do. Yeah, exactly, Shannon. Get over it and just do it. You have to. And I switch it up, okay? I switch it up from sending maybe 3 or 4, hey, how are yous? And asking a question to a directly, like a cold invite, as we call it, where it's like, hey, you know what? I've been seeing you posting on Facebook. Do you think that you're thinking about going to the gym or XYZ, whatever it is? I have an upcoming online health and fitness accountability group starting on January 18th. Can I send you some information about it? That's it. Because, and I know Shannon and Deidre and I have talked about this before, whether they answer you right then or there or not, what they're going to do is start to notice your posts more on Facebook. Okay? That's all that invite is going to do. So don't get all discouraged and make sure you're passing this information on to your team. Don't get all down in the dumps if they don't respond to you. That's just an in. That's just another view of your timeline. That's just another person who is going to now see all of these business posts that you're going to be doing over the next month. And they're going to be intrigued and they're going to be watching you. I know from experience, okay? And I actually have a coach who just signed up with me a couple days ago who literally had never bought a challenge pack from me. She's bought 2 fitness programs and she came to me within my first 3 months of my business. And I knew she'd make an awesome coach. I've been wanting to work with her. Nothing to do with it. She's never bought Shakeology. But she came to me in December and she's like, I'm ready. I had an aha moment. Like all this stuff that I've been seeing you do and posting about, it finally just hit me. And she's doing it now and she got a challenge pack. So it might take almost 3 years for someone to come around. Don't think that I don't get discouraged anymore. I truly don't. I'm like, send, I've taken the emotion out of it. I help those who are ready and I wait for the ones who aren't. And that's all we're doing. So get out of your own head. Stop sitting at that computer, literally over-analyzing when all you need to do are these little steps of going out of the comfort zone, working from your list, and doing these things. So now my next kind of switch, which we'll talk about more on our next call, but I will just tell you guys, it's going to go now to where you're sitting here thinking, okay, well, they had me put a date for a Coach Basics on my calendar for the first week of February, but I have no coaches. How am I going to get any coaches? Why am I going to run a group? Because I'm not going to have any coaches in there. Anybody thought that whenever I had you do that? Come on. I know it. I know you do. Yeah, I see the hands. All right. This is why we are having you posting the business post every single day. That's your sneak peek. And we're going to have you this week inviting into your event, because you want to know what the cool thing is about having an event too. You can literally invite anybody on your Facebook page. All you have to do is click on their name and they're going to get a little invite. So that is your easiest little in, and you never know. So I will use my coach, Jen Guthrie, as an example. So one of her rock star coaches is named Alden. And Jen literally stuck Alden into an event, like a coach sneak peek, because she was too afraid to talk to Alden and ask her if she wanted to be in there, because I guess Alden was like kind of, she intimidated her a little bit. But she did really great in a challenge group. And Jen's like, I know she'd be good, but I'm too afraid to ask her if I can send her information. So she just stuck her in an event. Snap. It just so happened that she was like, oh my gosh, something triggered in her. And she was like, yeah, let me see what this event is all about. And she's an awesome coach. So don't ever discredit anyone either. But I really do. I like these events because you can invite people. And then if you're going down through your list, you can invite from, your challenge groups. So maybe you're running a challenge group right now, and you can go in and you can literally hit the little invite button at the top of your challenge group, and you can invite them to the event straight from your challenge groups. And if you're like me and you never delete yourself out of any groups ever, you can go back through all of your groups, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about this person or that person that I lost contact with. And you can do the same thing in there. You can just go in and click invite, and you can invite them to the event. Okay, so then this week, what we're going to be doing is posting. I'm going to teach you guys how to make a Google Air. Scary, I know. We're gonna scare the pants off of you guys this next 3 weeks, but you're gonna thank us at the end as long as you do it and you don't make excuses about it. Google Air, maybe you want to try it out before you do it. That's what I did. So the first time that I did a Google Hangout on Air is what it's called. I made it, and then I just did like a little mock thing. I just talked to myself just so I could try it out before my actual event. And I like Google Air because it automatically uploads to your YouTube, and it automatically plays on your YouTube channel while you're doing the call. And then there's also a little link. So if you have a blog or your like page or something, you can embed a code. It's literally a copy and paste deal. So anybody who maybe stumbles on your blog or another page that you manage or something, it'll be playing live on another social media platform. Okay, so it just might click with someone, who just might stumble upon you. And then you'll be able to just copy and paste that Google link. So then maybe somebody next week or the week after you do the event is like, yeah, sure, send me some information. So this is a question that I get too a lot of times. Well, what do I do if somebody wants more information, but I don't have a What is Coaching call coming up, or I don't have something to invite them to? Good, that's totally fine. You send them a recording of a business opportunity call that maybe you've done, that your upline has done. You go to YouTube. This is how easy this is. You go to YouTube and you type in the search bar, Beachbody, what is coaching? And pretty much every top coach's videos are going to pop up. So you'll have a plethora of business opportunity calls that you can choose from to send to these people who want information, because they're coming to you because they want you to be their coach. And all of these business opportunity calls, guys, we all deliver the exact same content. We're talking about Beachbody, the business. It's the same platform, so it doesn't matter if it's coming from myself, from Deidre, from Shannon, from Mindy Wender, Lindsay Matway. It doesn't matter. It's the same content, and it's going to inspire someone to either do it or it's going to make them think, I don't want to do it. Okay? So that's really where you just have to get out of your own head and don't overanalyze, because I can do that too. We've all been there with the overanalysis and then the thinking and then the manifesting these thoughts of things that aren't even true. Like, I've done it where it's like I make myself believe at times when people are like, when I'm thinking, oh, well, she's not going to want to coach. I shouldn't message her because, she's really busy and she has 3 kids, and like, I know her husband has a really good job, so they're not in debt. So no, never mind. She doesn't want to do it. I've been that person, and I don't want you to be like that, because that person might be the one who needs you the most. Because let me tell you, my husband and I were on the verge of filing for bankruptcy almost 3 years ago, and I did a damn good job of putting on a front that we had it all together. All right? So you never know what someone's life looks like behind the scenes and who needs you the most. So that's what we want you to do, is to get in that mindset. The more people that you can help, stop thinking of the overwhelm, because don't think then, okay, this is what I do, and I don't want you to do it. Well, I'm going to put this all out there. What if I get like 30 people to sign up? Then I'm going to be way too overwhelmed, and that's too many people. So maybe I shouldn't do all this work. Like, I've thought of that too. Okay, I have thought of every single scenario that you could possibly make up in your head to just have that disbelief in yourself. Don't do it. One day at a time, do what we're instructing you to do. Okay, because I know that every one of you are here, and we are just taking on this whole new leadership act because we get to Diamond. And I sat at Diamond for almost 8 months before I rank advanced to 1-star. It was almost 8 months. So if anybody knows what it feels like to just have a whole bunch of discount coaches and waiting for the red inactives to pop every freaking week, and all that you're doing is replacing or calling up grandma and saying, hey, will you spend $50 to get a refresh this month because I don't want to drop my rank? Because that is one thing too. I don't drop rank. Like Diamond, don't drop it. Like I did everything. I dropped one time, and it was before I even knew what the red inactives meant. I was a brand new Diamond, and I dropped within my first 3 weeks of going Diamond. Because anyone who knows, if you don't know my story, Melanie was not my direct upline when I signed up. I was signed up under one of her personally sponsored coaches who did not really work the business. So I took as much information as I could from group calls and stuff, but Melanie never reached out to me until almost 9 months into my business, and I went Diamond about 5 months into my business. So I wasn't affecting anyone with dropping rank. Like no one told me what it meant or didn't mean, but I remember checking into my back office and I had dropped to Ruby, and I was like devastated, and it was just because one of my own coaches had gone inactive and I didn't know how to tell the red to replace it that week. So I quickly learned and I replaced, and that was the only time that I ever dropped because I felt like crap. And I'm like, no, I want to take responsibility for my own actions, and I want to build a business. So it took me that long then. So that's why I preach to my coaches. I'm like, you guys have to understand that you're not going to get anywhere if you think it's okay and you validate the fact that dropping rank, you can control Diamond, okay? And then you can control trying to help and empower and enable all of your coaches in your downline who are rank advancing, who are hitting these milestones to just keep moving forward and at least to maintain that rank. Because if anyone knows what it feels like not to rank advance every 60 to 90 days, holla, guys, 8 months. Deidre, I'm sure Shannon's gone through it. We've all done it. Yeah, 6-star, right? What, 6 times?
It took me 6 months to go from Diamond to 1-star.
Okay, 6 there.
But yeah, and it took me 6 months just to go Diamond.
Yeah, mine was between my 5 and 6 month mark. Mm-hmm. And I worked my
for 9 months.
What's that?
And it took Melanie 9 months even just to go Diamond. So yeah, anything can happen. Don't look at, oh, it took me this long to do this, so I'm never going to be able to rank advance to this and for, this amount of time. Don't look at it that way. Your business is going to blow up based on what work and effort you put into it.
It's so true. Because then you'll get to a point, too, where you're working with your team. And, like, for me, I sat at, I think it was 5 or 6 star for months. And then I went from 6 or 7 star to 10 star. Like, I skipped over all of the other ones. So it's not going to automatically mean that you're going to go Diamond to 1 star. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I skipped 1 star and I went straight to 2 star. Because this is what ended up happening was it was getting close to Summit, and I knew I would be recognized on stage at Summit if I were 2 star and above. And I had my husband on one side and my friend on the other side. And she was an emerald, but kind of like the hobby coach at the time. And I was like, listen, I'm about to build Dustin Diamond because I had the people. It just wasn't the working coaches. I just had discounts. And I was like, if you get to diamond, let's race, because she's competitive like me. I'm like, let's race. I'm building Dustin a diamond. Let's see who can get it first. And I will take you to the 2-star party at Summit. You can be my +1. And she's a party girl, and she was like, let's do it. So that was the reason why I ended up going 2-star. So it was still basically me that did it. I didn't have a team yet. And that was the year that I went elite. And that wasn't until May was when I rank advanced sent to 2-star. So I went from September, the end of September when I hit diamond, to May when I finally went 2-star. And it was still my own work that I did on my husband's account. Yeah, Allie, took you 6 months to go 1-star. So don't compare apples to oranges. And when I'm saying talking to your new coaches about, rank advancing every 90 days, let them know this is just the benchmark. This is where to aim, because I didn't have an aiming point. Even whenever I came in and set my goal for diamond, I never looked at that part of the back office that said, like, where you should do it. Again, I said it when I started getting on calls and hearing speakers, and I'm like, crap, well, Deidre and Alyssa and Katie, they're all diamonds, and they're really cool, so I want to be a diamond coach. I swear to God, I've built my business on people who are cool. Like, that's been my reasoning why I want to do stuff, because it's inspiration to me. I'm very much driven by people who inspire me, and I want to just, I want to do that. Everybody is different. So just understanding everybody's going to learn differently. But I feel too okay, well, maybe if I would have known that benchmark and had someone telling me, okay, well, within the first 30 days, you need to go emerald. And I did know that. I remembered watching the back office with Michael and Jeff, a video that I had watched where they were talking about within the first 30 days, so you can cycle bonus. And I think it was the dinosaur ones. And that was what it got me to comprehend what to do. And I remember that, but I don't remember ever going above and beyond. I just remember setting that goal. I was like, October 1st, let's do diamond by then. And I actually hit that goal, but it doesn't mean, but then I think I set my 1-star goal then for December. Yeah, that never happened. Okay. So helping your new coaches and your team understand, it's just setting them and working really hard to try to hit them. And if it doesn't happen, you're still just going to move the date back a little bit, but you're still aiming for that. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? I know that I've been going on, but it's 12:45 my time on Central Time. And I want to leave some time for questions.
Well, I just want to say, definitely make your goal, set the bar high. Because I remember when I hit emerald, I told my coach, Melanie, I was like, okay, so I am so ready to be Ruby. And she's like, Ruby, no, you are going to be diamond. And I freaked out because in my mind, diamond was you know what I mean? That was huge. So I was like, all right, I'm doing it. And the second that I committed to it, I was like, there is no way now that I physically wrote down and said, I'm doing it, that I'm not going to make this happen by the date that she said I could. So don't sell yourself short. Set big goals. And like she said, if you don't reach them, set the date back a little bit, but make sure you're pushing for those bigger goals.
So true.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Okay, so like Shannon said, that was perfect, but I'm going to add to it and say, don't allow your team to set small goals for themselves. If they say, I want to be diamond in a year, let them know that it's possible to go diamond in a month if they wanted to. So as long as you can talk about what their goals are, how much time they have to put into the business, if they have an hour a day to put into their business, that is ridiculous to make a goal of diamond in a year, because now we know we have the training, we have everything that we need that can allow them, okay, good job, to go diamond within 6 months, within 3 months. So just don't allow them to fall short of their own goals and success as well. Be that motivation for them. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, no, I love it. I think that's awesome for sure. And then even the Success Club goals too, because I find my team, they get scared and they think they sell themselves short with Success Club 5, even when they have really big goals of rank advancing and being a true leader. And I'm like, listen, we got to stop this. Your goal is to help as many people as you can every single month. Okay? So don't be afraid to set the goal to success. I've set my goal to Success Club 30 before. And you know what happens when I set a goal of Success Club 30 instead of Success Club 10? I'm hitting Success Club 10 usually by the 5th of the month or the 5th to the 10th, and I'm moving way closer to that Success Club 30 mark than I am Success Club 10. Just like the story I told you of when I decided to set that number of coaches to recruit to 15 instead of just 2 to 3. You know what? Most of the time we do fall short on the goals on the date we set them, but you're so much closer to that number, to that date, to that goal that you set than you are if you set it really, really low. So set the bar high and then move it higher, just like Deidre and Shannon both just said. It's so true. And you still do, guess what? Literally, like when I hit Success Club, 30 versus Success Club 10, I'm not working many extra more hours. I'm just being more productive in my power hour than I am if I'm like, oh, well, okay, I'm going to invite 3 people today. Instead of getting my dang list out and like, no, I'm inviting 15 to 20 every single day, and I'm just going to do it a little bit quicker and not think about it. So I'm not adding time. I'm just being more productive is really what it comes down to. And I had a question from Emily. So Emily, this is actually a really good question, and I'm glad that you said it. So she said, Val, you said the old Val would say, so with those coaches that started with the old Val, how do you reestablish yourself with them as the new Val saying you are going to X, Y, and Z? I've had this conversation with my corporate mentor before. And basically, you kind of can't teach old dogs new tricks, is what I've come to find. So those old coaches who started with me within my first year, I can't go back and be like, I can go back and mentor them and say, hey, I've learned this. Do you want to work with me? Do you want to work together and try to build? I've had to just kind of, I'm not reestablishing. I'm establishing myself as, this person, this leader with my new coaches who come on. And I tell them up front, I'm like, you know what? I'm always going to be a work in progress. I'm still learning. However, this is what I've found as I've grown, and this is what I want you to understand, that our team represents, unity. We are united. Our team, we're work together. We're humbled. We have heart, and we hustle. Like, that is our team. And I want to work with the teammates who are ready to do this and to move forward. I believe in you, but you have to have the belief and the confidence in yourself is usually kind of what I start to say with my new coaches coming on. And 2 guys, we give the information. All the information is the same to every person coming on. You do the work, you get the benefits. And people are either going to do it or they're not. And it's up to us to help, because some people learn differently and some people just have different goals. Some people don't know how to set goals, and you have to help them with that. But learning not to handhold and beg, please understand you have to stop that dead in its tracks, because I used to be that person, and I would spend 80% of my time with my team begging them to hit Success Club and 20% of my time on myself and growing my own business, and I suffered. And I really believe that that's probably one of the reasons why it did take me almost 8 to 9 months to rank advance and from that diamond, because I was so focused on that next level and wanting to get to the star diamond, that I was just enabling the excuses that these new coaches were coming on, and I wasn't leading them. I was saying, please, okay, here, let's do this. Here's this information. And I was giving them so much instead of giving them the right tools, which was themselves and their own belief and their own confidence, and saying, you can do this. I am not here to make you successful. I am here to be your mentor, to give you the tools that will make you successful as long as you are doing the steps that I'm teaching you, and you are teachable and you're committed. And you're not just coming in here saying, I'm just going to try this and see what happens in a month. Okay? No, you're going to come in and you're going to give this 6 months, because I want you to be here in a year so you can look back over this process and think, holy crap, this is amazing. I have really created something cool and I've helped a ton of people. All right? So that's my best tip for that. They don't really, you can't really go back and like retrain them. All right, any other questions? Yeah, sure.
All right, so I'm going to finish off with just saying this. So we have our challenge groups, right? And in our challenge groups, we are the leaders, and we are trying to help them get out of their comfort zone. We're trying to help them along their fitness journey. We want to help them keep themselves accountable. So we kind of put a little pressure on them, like a tough love kind of pressure, because we want them to see the results, right? Like we really, really want these people, our challengers, to succeed and have a life change. And I want you guys to think of this group the same way with Shannon, Val, and I. We will only push you in the way that you want, as long as you are continuing to give your goals, but we want the best for every single one of you. We see your potential. That's why you're here. So anything that we say, I really want you guys to take it as constructive criticism, as tough love, and that we really want the best for you guys. And we are going to continue giving that throughout this entire group. So if anything may come off wrong or like it's too tough, you need to let us know. But again, it's for your own good, because we know what it takes to succeed. You know, we've been in your position. Every single one of us has been a diamond coach. We have been a 1-star. We have been a 2-star. We have been a 3-star. So whatever rank you are, like, understand that we've been there, and we're only sharing everything with you from our own experiences. So again, I know like different styles. Sometimes I come off like a drill sergeant or AKA bitch, like people tell me. I don't ever want to sound like that. Like and I always say at the end, I love you at the end. Like, always know that I'm only doing this and saying this to help you, because I know that sometimes you need tough love, right? And I know Val can be like that too. And Shannon, I don't think I've ever seen you mean, but we all give our own tough love. So just try to take it as constructive criticism, and know that if you can follow what we give you, you're gonna do amazing, and it's gonna help you. So Shannon, please try a little bit harder, okay? But like, even whenever we push you to do something you don't want to do, like doing your own business opportunity events and stuff like that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared out of my mind to do certain things, like public speaking, for instance. Super Saturday, I don't know who all was there, but like, I was literally shaking and reading off of my notes. I rewrote my notes twice the night before, because I'm just afraid to present in front of people. And my friends, who I know I love and they love me back, took my notes and ripped them up before I went on stage. And instead of me getting mad, I knew they were doing me a favor, and they were taking me out of my comfort zone. And I know that if you are not willing to change, there will be no change. So you have to take that, and anything we do, it's pushing you forward. It's going to push you forward. So just please take our advice and just do it. That's kind of what we say. Like, if you just do it, it's going to happen. So do those invites that you don't want to do. Do the things that others aren't willing to do, because at the end of the day, you're going to reap the benefits from it. You're going to reap the reward from it. So that's all.
Love it.
Yeah, good job. And really the call to action for all of this is, you have your notes, but you want to make sure that you're implementing it, and not only implementing it within your business, but that you go right now when you get off the phone and share this with your coaches, whether it's a video or a post, but you want to make sure that you share it with them and that they are sharing it with their downline as well. So it's just all about that duplication, and that's what's really going to keep you at Diamond and, grow you to be 1-star.
Perfect. That's exactly it. It does not stop here. You guys have to share it, because we won't get the message. And remember too, that it takes 17 to 21 times for people to hear the same thing before it sinks in. So don't say, oh, I just told my team this and nobody's doing it. All right. People at the beginning of all of my team calls, they know that they're going to hear the announcements. They know they're going to hear me talk about Success Club. They know that I'm going to just continuously, it's going to be the same information that I need them to hear. Okay. So same way with this, preaching and teaching them how to share the business, and not just challenge groups. Okay. We're going to teach you this all through the groups. But it is almost 1 o'clock. We will let you guys go, and I hope you have an awesome day, and we'll see you guys next week at the same time. See you guys later.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
He made ribbit.
Yeah, from Diamond.
It's so cute.
And I got a big red. I have
You're so
a
cute.
big red.
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
All
Bye.
right.